Let's begin. And welcome back, everyone, to our 15-minute Resilient Mind and Body program. For those joining for your very first time, welcome again. My name is Lance Breger. I'm the CEO and Executive Wellness Coach at Infinity Wellness Partners, and I truly care about helping you create the greatest career, health, life, and relationships. And one of the biggest challenges for professionals today is the feelings of anxiety. And this topic is so near and dear to my mind and heart because for many of my adult years, I have been disrupted by anxious thoughts and feelings. And when the quarantine began, I decided that for once and for all, I was going to master my mind and my emotions so that I could more people in such times. Anxiety means the fear of the future, the fear of the unknown, or what is uncertain. And this is actually always the case. And what we're going to do is first cover philosophies around anxiety. We're going to dive into what emotions we can do with them, what they're really trying to tell us, how to manage them. Then we're going to give you an 8-point action plan to what to do with anxiety. At the end, I'm going to invite you to create your own 4-item action plan so that you know what to do anytime you experience anxious thoughts and feelings and want to stop that. What's important to know is your brain was not created and designed to help you feel happy and calm. Your brain was designed to help you survive. And we have over 68,000 thoughts per day, and research shows that 90% of them are negative in orientation, and you had yesterday. Also, your thoughts are not new and novel. These thoughts have been going on for centuries by other humans going through the evolution. And what's important to know is we are learning something from our feelings. And the first thing that we want to remember is the Tony Robbins quote that life is too short to suffer. If you or someone you know is experiencing heavy emotions for too long, emotion means emotion, energy in motion. It's supposed to flow through you. It's temporary. Even the happy, joyful, grateful feelings are temporary and move through you. And that's when we want anxiety to make sure that it moves and we don't get stuck. Part of it is realizing and deciding and choosing that life is too short to suffer from anxiety or any negative emotions because we are the only creatures that can become happy, sad, anxious, joyful with one thought alone. You have a power. So let's decide that life is too short to suffer. It's not too short to feel, but when suffering leads to getting stuck and not moving forward. Now, what emotion could you feel that would literally change your life? What emotion could change your life that if we can help you feel more? When it comes to anxiety, maybe it's peace, calm, patience, a feeling of trust, faith over fear. Know what that feeling is, and that's your antidote. Choose thoughts and remind yourself of when you've been that way, and also do the habits that help you create the emotion which you wish to experience more. Now, there are negative emotions. This is an incredible fact. They're all helpful and they all have a message for us. Also, feeling anxiety is not personal. It doesn't have anything to do with your inability to be able to handle life, work, family. You're not smart enough, good enough, you're a bad person. It's not personal. And it certainly doesn't mean that you are in any immediate danger. Anxiety is fear of the future, what's uncertain, what's unpredictable. And means right now, if I can breathe, if I have food, if I have water, if I have life, if I have shelter, if I have warmth, all my basic needs are met. We want to make sure when it comes to anxiety that we don't open the umbrella before it starts to rain. We don't want to cross a bridge until we get to that bridge. We want to live life in 24-hour day type compartments. Also, anxiety, worry is the most unproductive thing we can ever do. So now what we want to do is learn that emotions are giving you messages. They're teaching you something. Well, what are they trying to remind you to do? Well, call to action, guys. Anxiety and fear are both saying, prepare. Prepare and be present. Be present in this moment. When our thoughts are of the future, it creates anxiety. But when we're in the present moment and focused on what's right in front of us, everything is okay right now. I am healthy right now. That is where the power is. And that's where your calm and peace is also. So the first message that the anxiety or any emotion is trying to tell you is change your perception or the way you're thinking, the meaning that you're giving something, what you're focusing on, the way you're interpreting events, circumstances, people, news. So how could you change your perception that's creating the anxiety? There's the blank line. Think it, and how would you change your perception to experience less anxiety? One great one is that anxiety and all stress is actually positive, something to be embraced. And when we actually believe that stress is a tool, it's a resource to help you rise to challenges, it's helping you handle something that you care about and that it's at stake, it literally doesn't impact you on a negative way physiologically, hormonally, performance-wise, and happiness-wise. So just believing that anxiety, or any stress or the symptoms are actually helping you literally changes the perception. It's not a bad thing at all. What if you thought that the fast breathing is just oxygenating your brain? What if the fast heart rate really means that I'm pumping blood to my muscles to take inspired action? What if the adrenaline rush is to give you focus and energy to be able to handle something that matters to you? That's the first thing I think when I feel the anxiety, not, oh my God, I'm feeling anxious. Anxiety feels the same way excitement, joy does. Interesting. Why don't you choose to interpret the feelings of your body as being helpful and exciting? Like, change your perception. First thing I do when I feel anxious is I go, wait, I'm excited because I am. I care. I care about something. Oh, my body and mind are telling me this matters to me. And so that's how I change a perception to focus on the positive and start to empower myself. Now, also, there's a second message that your emotions are teaching you, which is make a change. Now, how are you going to change? What is a behavior, a pattern, a habit, or action that you can do to change? Maybe we need to not procrastinate. Maybe we need to prepare and create an action plan. Maybe we need to call somebody and express it, to talk it out. Maybe I need to get back to my meditation practice because that really helps me. Maybe I got to take more breaks throughout the day. Maybe I need a mindful minute or to walk at lunch. That always lowers my anxiety. What's the anxiety really telling you? Write down what it's trying to teach you. Now I want to cover name it, blame it, tame it. Maybe the greatest, easiest strategy for changing heavy emotions, unhelpful habits. And anxiety and anxious thoughts is just a habit. First is you want to name it anytime you recognize, oh, wow, I'm starting to think anxious thoughts and feel anxious. And you want to name it something funny, like a person or a creature. Like there's always anxious Annie again. Oh, that means you go from unconscious, internal, to external, conscious, active. Now I can do something with it rather than just have it be who I am and not be able to do anything. Next, you got to blame it. Okay, when always anxious Annie is around and I let her just run wild, or Andy, I feel bad, I sleep in a poor way, and I'm irritable. You have to be clear and list the negative consequences of the anxiety and remind yourself of why you're not going to do that anymore and decide to end the suffering, because you then can choose. You always can respond. You have the power to make a decision. Tame it. What's your strategy? Next time you experience anxiety, oh, there's always anxious Annie or Andy. It makes me feel bad. My sleep goes down and I'm irritable. I'm going to tame it. What helps me the most is to talk it out, express to de-stress, and I'm going to run an action plan and prepare so that I'm ready in case what I'm thinking about in the future actually happens, and usually it doesn't. Name it, blame it, tame it every time and out loud. Now what we're going to do, literally we could end the webinar there, but and I want to give you more. So now we're going to give you is 8 quick action steps, and I do it in a particular order that you can do when you experience anxiety, and it can go into your tame it. Name it, blame it, and now tame it. Well, you can always breathe slow and deep, which helps you get back into the executive part of the brain, the frontal lobe, for you to make the next best step. And you're not emotional, irrational, and impulsive. So breathing slows down your mind and stress so that you can take a moment. So you want to breathe slowly in and out. You can do 6 of these 10-second breaths, 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out, and then start your game plan. Next, think, what was the stressful thought, the anxious thought that's causing me to feel this way? Pause that your thoughts are creating your feelings, which means identify what's the anxious thought, the stressful thought that you're having about the future. And then dispute it, diffuse it, dismiss it. Oh, I just had the thought, I had an anxious thought that this is going to happen. Or wait a second, I don't know that to be 100% fact. That's never happened, and most likely it never will. Or yes, this is a challenging time, but that we've always been able to get through this, and I know me, my family, our community, the world, we can get through this. We've always overcome. Next, you want to create a new thought. What's a healthier way that you can think about the event, the circumstance, the person, the interaction that's causing you stress? What's a healthier way to think about it? A more productive, positive, calm way to think about it. Plant a new thought. Like, I have enough toilet paper, and I know I need more toilet. I do need more toilet paper. It will be available for me. Just choose a healthier thought to create a healthier feeling. Next is remember the opposites of anxious and anxiety, and bring yourself with there, but by thinking. Picture a time that you've felt that way, especially gratitude. You can always, in any place, go into a state of gratitude and end the suffering, because gratitude, while thinking about things that you're grateful for and sincerely trying to feel it, maybe people, places, things in your life, counting all the blessings that we have rather than counting all the challenges, prevents the anxiety, because you can only have one feeling at any given time. So remember what you do, or remember the habits that someone in your life living or maybe that have passed, fictional or non-fictional, does that you want to emulate and feel the same way. Get the facts. Be informed, prepared, and responsible, but limit the information that you're getting in, especially if it's negative. Just get the facts, not opinions, not stories, not judgments. Make sure that you have the facts so that you can then feel you can be an informed, prepared, and responsible individual. What are the facts? Don't create a story. Write it out. Move the energy from your mind down onto paper. It's going to feel so much better. Like when you do your to-do list, it automatically feels better because then it's there, it's not so hard. You can prioritize it and start then the actions to get the list done. So what am I worrying about? What are some potential solutions? And what are my action steps? What can you do? And action is one of the most important elements to prevent anxiety. The opposite of anxiety, worrying about the future, is to take action in the present moment. The only way you can handle tomorrow is making today the best that it can. So what can you plan or do immediately that will help you feel more in control and more peace of mind? So those are the 8 action steps that I wanted to share with you. Now create a post, make it visible somewhere where you see it, maybe by your computer, refrigerator, mirror. Anytime you feel anxiety, you can go to your list and say, I'm going to do name it, blame it, tame it. I'm going to take action. I'm going to create a list, and I'm going to go make sure that I meditate, whatever it is. And just know that by improving yourself with new skills and knowledge, you're going to be able to manage anxiety better. And remember, anxiety doesn't help you, and it certainly doesn't help others. So the more you can continue to manage your emotions and master and decide to end suffering, the better you are and the better everyone else around you is. I'm so grateful to work with you today, and I look forward to seeing you at our next program. Stay well.